All right, welcome back. I was rambling on last time. I'm so sorry. I get involved in these stories. I want to tell you everything that happened in here, okay? So if you have any questions, email me at rsbcopstories@gmail.com. I'm so sorry, but I'm trying to get this all in. I want you to see it all. It's pretty cool. Anyway, so the last story I broke off that I went to go, I'll call it confront. The guy that wrote paper on me. That's what we call it. So, hey, give me that phone. Hi, yes. So as we go into can I talk for a second? They're going to, I think he already forgot about this thing. It's been about 2 months ago. So we go into an interrogation room, close the door, and he says, "Yeah, what do you want?" And so I told him that about the incident that he wrote a paper on. As soon as I talked that, he was like this, and as I'm telling him what he did to me, he starts getting down in his chair, And I said, "You know what?" I said, "I don't know how bad you want to make Top Step." I said, "I don't really care either way, how much. I don't really care to make it or not." But I said, "How can I put this in a nice way?" And he's looking at me, I go, If I ever hear you writing paper on me again, I'm going to knock you out." And he just looked at me. I said, "Are we clear on this? If I even hear that you've even said F me, or he is this, or he is that, I'm going to come down and I'm going to knock you out. You better run and hide somewhere. Because I don't care. Okay? And by the way, when I knock you out, I'm going to deny everything. Because I'm going to be someplace where you'll be alone. We'll be alone. And by the way, this conversation in here, we never had it. Your word against mine. That's what happens if he makes a complaint. It's just his word, my word. I never said it, and that's it. Doesn't go anywhere. He knows that. He's screwed. Because I'm going to deny everything I did. I'm going to deny the physical activity. I'm going to deny everything. I go, "Are we clear on this?" And he just, man alive, I thought he was going to cry. He just sat there. Because guys like that, inside pogue writing analysts, bean counting guys, are the last guy to go out there and play football or go down there and arrest the narc, go run down an alley and chase a hype. That's the last thing they do. They're inside. They sharpen pencils and draw lines. That's all they do. Okay. All right, see you later. I walked out. Came out in the main line. It was a big hallway. All the guys were there. I'm walking back and sit down with my buddy. I go, "What happened?" I said, watch. He's going to come out. Because where he's in his offices, and he's going to come out to where everybody else is. This guy came out, man. He looked like The Walking Dead, only the subdued version. He walked out like this. I mean, he's looking around. Then he goes over to his buddy, and they're talking. He didn't do like, you would tell that if he was going to badmouth. He would be going like, that guy. He just sat there, like somebody just pulled his spine out. And he just, it was an amoeba. He can sit up, And so he goes, "What'd you do? Did you hit him?" I said, "No, I told him what I told you." He goes, "Whoa." I said, "Yeah. What's he going to do?" He goes, "You're right. You knock him out." And then he says, "Hey, I hit him." And I go, "What are you talking about?" There's nothing there. They can't do anything unless I say something. And I'm going to randomly deny it. So go ahead. It's like battery. That's what it is. And your word against mine. It's a way to use the system, but it ain't going to work. Okay, so that was into that. So I'm going to go down later on and explain what happens to our people in the level. So that's one of the supervisory things that happen in this unit, okay? Another one, just a quick one here, is there was a guy that worked in another pogue that thought, since he was one of the senior mid-level guys, thought he was going to make the next rank. He thought he was going to be promoted. And I'm getting a little off here, but I need to tell you on some of these guys. He would walk around, and he even had business cards made up with his new rank. Okay. There's a lot of steps to get to that next rank. You gotta take an oral. They have to approve you. They have to, and the biggest one is that oral interview. And so he already had cards. He was showing some guys, my top step's going to recommend me. My lieutenant's going to recommend me. So heck, it's in the bag. Okay. Well, the problem was he's an inside guy, and he hurt his leg, which I'm not going to badmouth, but hurt his leg. And for a while, everybody thought that he was had hurt it at work, because he comes in, had one of those soft casts on, and hopping around a little bit. I used to make fun of him. I used to walk in with, like, "Hi, how you doing?" And he didn't like that. He didn't like me anyway. I don't care. Make fun of him and all that good stuff. Well, we found out that he didn't hurt it. He was off, on light duty, working inside. He hurt his leg playing basketball off duty, someplace near his house, and messed up his knee. Went off and then came in and said, "I can't work in the field." And so, well, that's fine if you're an actual office personnel, but he's supposed to be in the field. And remember, when you get to that top step, they're going to know everything you have, and they have your package, your individual personnel package in front of them, open, and they're looking at everything you're doing, everything you do. You have to, because they want to evaluate you. And you got in there that you've been off work for 8 months on a non-police injury. See, police injuries and non-police injuries are different, okay? You're out there chasing crooks down alleys and you get in a fight or you fall down some stairs chasing a burglar or a rapist. Man, that's great. They love that. That's what you're supposed to be doing. You get hurt, that's fine. But it's great. The mentality of the brass is that you got it doing police work, which often, I work hurt for, when I was in uniform, I worked hurt for like 5 years. Ribs, back, arm, wrist, because they know that that's what working cops do. But if you got hurt playing basketball and they know that, not work related, they look at you like, it's a fine line. Are you doing this? Are you goofing off? Are you doing this because you don't want to go in the field? They look at all the bad things as why you're hurt and not working in the field, and you got hurt playing basketball. Why aren't you A, pensioning off on a permanent injury, or B, get cured and go out and do what we hired you to do, chase bad guys? Okay, very, very cynical when it comes to that. I'll tell you later why it's so cynical, because the next step is very competitive to make top step, and so it's almost like the weak get, only the strong survive, man. The weak get pushed aside and the strong guys march through, and that's the way it is. It's a survival of the fittest in this thing, because you're going to get looked at very critically by the boards, because they want to make sure they pick somebody that's not going to put a drain on anything or not going to come up with a scam to be hurt and work and all that good stuff. So that guy was that way, and it was interesting later on. You'll see that what happened to him and how he pretty much buried himself on these oral boards. So very, very interesting. Okay, so I'm going to start fresh on the next series of stories. So I rambled on the first one. This is kind of a backup for the first one I did, the last one. I apologize for that, but I get so involved in these stories. I want you guys to see everything, and my tech lady says I should be not rambling too much, but I do. I know I'm rambling. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. But anyway, so we'll come back and we'll start another one, and we'll get going here. Okay. All right. See you next time. Bye.